Hello everyone, this is Shivani Sinha and I am here with computer programming through C paper. In this video we are discussing about the algorithm and the flow chart using in C programming language. How we use it, what is algorithm and what is flow chart, and how we implement this in our programming language and how it will develop the efficiency of our programs. So let's get started. In the very first, that algorithm. What do you mean by algorithm? It is a very simple thing. To solve any problem step by step in simple English is called algorithm. See, when we doing any program, we have to write code, because code is in English language, or the mixture of numerical numbers, plus minus symbols, etc. Because our computer is not understanding the English language. The binary language is the language which is understood by our computer. So for that we have to convert the English language into a binary language in the form of 01, which make the computer understand the instructions whatever we are giving to them. Okay, in programming, what is program? Program is an instructions. Whatever we instruct, only that will be the input given to the computer, and according to the instructions our computer gave us the answers. Okay, so algorithm is very important to understand when we are going to start the C programming language, or if we are doing any language. Algorithm is very important to understand the question, understand the scenario. Okay, now the first point is that I have written here, to solve any problem step by step in simple English is algorithm. If you don't know the coding, then how you will going to write the codes? So firstly you have to understand the question, what they are asking for, and then write in English step by step method, that is the algorithm. In second point, algorithm may be formally defined as a sequence of instructions designed in such a way that if the instructions are executed in the specific sequence, the desired result will be obtained. A sequence of instructions must possess some steps. Okay, there are some steps which a sequence of algorithm should possess for the results. The first point is, each and every instruction should be precise and no duplication. Okay, each instruction should be such that it can be performed in a finite time. This is very important. Each instructions, whatever instructions they are giving, it should be such that it can be performed in a finite time, and if we are not doing this, then it will going to be in an infinite and we are not going to get our answer ever. Now the third point is, one or more instructions should not be repeated infinitely. That is what I have already told you. This ensures that the algorithm will ultimately terminate. Terminate means stop. Okay, so it is very important that the algorithm should stop the process for our results. After performing the instructions, the desired result must be obtained. After performing all these steps in our algorithm, applying in algorithm, we get the results. This is clear? Now come to the another point. This is the characteristics or the importance of an algorithm. Look, in this figure we are here with well-defined inputs. We have to give the well-defined inputs, not a complex or a miserable inputs in our computer. We should give well-defined inputs. then clear and unambiguous. Unambiguous means no duplication. Okay. Language independent, this is also very important. And the feasible. Feasible is very important because when we are writing any algorithm, we may write in the in algorithm in a English words or in a English manner, and we can implement the algorithm in C language as well as the others language also. Therefore it is called as a, this is important, and the characteristics of an algorithm is it is feasible. The finiteness, of course I have already told you, finiteness is very important. If we don't give any finite value, then it will repeat and go on to the infinite way, and we will never get the answer. Now the last is well defined outputs. Okay, this is a characteristics. Now there are some examples also. Write an algorithm to find the area of a circle. Look, in mathematics we have mathematical terms and formulas to solve the problem. In computer also, whenever we are writing an algorithm to solve the area, finding the area of a circle, we have to implement the formula area is equal to pi r square. But in computer we can't write pi r square, so in that the algorithms are like this. We have to write the algorithm like this. Step 1, input r. We are input the value of r. Okay. Then step 2 is area equal to pi r square, right? But in computer we can't write pi r square, so we have to write area equal to pi into r into r. Look, stars are multiplication sign in computer language. Now the third step is write area of a circle. Okay, and this comma area. Look, area of a circle is the statement, and the area is a capital AREA, which is in step 2, capital AREA. This means the result of pi into r contains the value, whatever the value we get after this mathematical calculation, we get that value stored in this variable, that is capital AREA. So in this step 3 we have to write area of a circle, area, and then we get the result, and the step 4 is end. This is not a coding, this is an algorithm, that how we are going to code our program, what is the basic backbone of our program, isn't it? Understood? Okay. Now the second example is write an algorithm to find the sum of two given numbers. This is very simple. Step 1 is input a and b. We have to take two inputs. The variables are a and b. Step 2 is sum. Sum is also a variable, equal to a plus b. Step 3, sum of two number, sum, because a and b value when we add we get some answers, and that answer should be stored in sum. Okay, and the step 4 is end. When we will go to the coding part, then you will understand how it works. This is a simple algorithm, this is a simple pre-designing planning to solve this problem, isn't it? Now come to the flow chart. Flowchart is also very important in our programming language. This is basically deals with the pictorial representation. For example, if our customer is not understanding the coding value or not understanding the complexity of program, then we have to give a pictorial representation to them to understood easily that what we are going to do and what we are thinking about. You can see the traffic symbols are there in a traffic to stop, go, move, left, right. These are this pictorial representation which any people can easily understand. That's why flowchart is given in C language. So a flowchart is a pictorial representation of an algorithm. It is a layout in a visible two-dimensional format. Okay. Flowcharts are usually drawn using specific standard symbols. However, some special symbols can also develop when required. They are as follows. Look, there are some symbols I have given here. There are many more also. Whatever are required, we get that symbol. These are the basic symbols we have. Like this symbol is, first symbol is start and stop. When we draw this symbol in our chart paper or in our designing, we consider this as a start or stop. The next was, that is the rectangular, is process. This one is input output, decision making, decision or branching, connector, flow, manual input, predefined process. Okay, these are the symbols, or many more symbols are there. I have not taken all the symbols here. These are the symbols which are required for the drawing, for the presentation of flowchart. Okay, now come to the another part, that is advantages and limitations of using flowchart. Okay, there are some advantages and limitations of flowchart also. The advantages are communication. We can communicate with each other by using flowchart in a very easy way. Okay, when if we are not able to communicate with the person who are not familiar with our core area, then we can communicate with flowcharts and make them understand easily. The second point is effective analysis. Effective analysis represents that whatever we are planning, if we draw that flowchart, draw that problem in a flowchart way, then it is easy to understand that whatever we are doing there. The third point is proper documentation, efficient coding, proper debugging, and efficient program. All these are the advantages of flowchart, but there are limitations of using flowchart also. These are complex logic. Look, if we are doing any project work or any program which is something complex, like some mathematical equations, then maybe it should be maybe complex to represent the pictorial representation of that program. That is the complex logic. The alteration and modifications and reproduction, these are the limitations of flowchart. Now I have given the example of flowchart also for adding two numbers. Look, the symbol represents the starting of the program. The symbol represents read input variable a, enter integer a, get a. The second, then the flow is coming down. It is a downward approach. Now the third one is enter integer b. We are getting two variables there, a and b. So enter integer a, get a. Enter integer b, get b. And this c comes to the a plus b. Whatever we are getting after the adding of a variable value and the b variable value, we have to contain, we should contain that value in c. Now put the sum is c plus c, print variable c, end of the program. Okay, look, the same thing we have done in algorithm also, but in that we are not representing any of the pictures there, and in flowchart we are that is showing that calculation, that program in a picture, in a pictorial way. That is the difference between algorithm and flowchart. Okay, then in this video we deals with algorithm and flowchart, and in the next video we are going to discuss many more topics, whatever in your syllabus or whatever is required in computer programming. Till then, keep learning. Thank you.